All right. Even though tonight is Friday, we're going to go over the concept of the Monday night quarterback as it pertains to the A Charleston Affair 25 recap. Now, basically, when it comes to a Monday night quarterback, it's a slang term for hindsight bias. They say that hindsight is 2020. Basically, things make sense after they happen. It's a lot harder to see and understand things in real time, but after we've had time after the event has passed to reflect and then come to the conclusion about things, then we become, yes, more accurate, more prepared. But it's really just a bias because most people, it's hard to make the perfect decision while in the moment. Now, this process really began in February when I received the email saying that tickets for a Charleston Affair were finally on sale. Now, what is a Charleston Affair? The best way that I can describe a Charleston Affair to folks is that it's basically prom for adults. Now, why is the Charleston Affair important to me? Well, it's a time where like the best of the best to get together. Like if you're a single guy, a Charleston Affair is a buffet. If you are a hot girl, a Charleston Affair is a time to show off. If you're a hustler, a Charleston Affair offers plenty of opportunities to network, and none of these things are mutually exclusive. You can go out with the intention of doing multiple things. Now, alumni, graduates, friends are given pretty much 3 hours in order to make something happen. So from the hours of 7 p.m. on a Saturday until about 10 p.m. That night, usually the first weekend in May, right before Cinco de Mayo, right before the week of my birthday, before normally in South Carolina it gets like super, super hot because everyone is dressed up, like coat, tie, nice shoes. No. This year was different in that general admission tickets have gone up to 150. In the past, 150 would be the cost of a VIP ticket, but the event has grown in popularity as the years have gone on. Um, so this year, the VIP tickets have costed about $230, depending on where you wanted to go. Um, back in the day, but I remember when I first went in like 2017, so about 8 years ago, um, VIP was pretty much a no-brainer. Now, back then, 2017, a Charleston Affair was like a much smaller event, attendance-wise, but nonetheless, it's been like a damn good time. I think this year there was like 4,000 people. Don't quote me on that, but it was a lot. We've had like the most attendance at this prom for adults than in any of the years probably combined. So, what are the differences between VIP and general admission? General admission basically just limits you to just beer and wine at most stations. There's only one real line for liquor drinks, and the line only serves house liquor. Now, VIP gives you options for like top shelf liquor, gourmet food like brisket. You have air conditionings. You have nicer bathrooms. You have charging stations for your phone, and more importantly, you have access to high level people. If you're going there for, well, if you want to maximize your time, yeah, like going out hooking up is cool, but you also want to like maximize your connections as well. Like you want to build power, which is why these events even exist in the first place. So my group and I were kind of caught off guard by the cost of the tickets. We all had decided that we would just buy general admission, assuming that things would be fine when it came to party time. It's like, well, we'll just go. We weren't really sold on the concept of VIP this year, so we decided to go general admissions, thinking that it would be fine. And our assumptions were wrong. Now we are at the heart of the matter. So our experience can be described in one word: punishment. And Google defines punishment as the infliction or imposition of a penalty as retribution for an offense. And what offenses did we commit per se? These offenses didn't happen in order. I had to take time to write down my notes to kind of organize this video. However, let's start when we arrived downtown to wait in line. So the Charleston Fair is held at the Charleston campus in downtown, really middle of Charleston. Like the type of personality and leader I am, I try to think things in advance and I try to dummy proof the process for everyone that's following me. Trying to think of like all types of problems, roadblocks, any type of contingencies we need to deal with. So if the event starts at 7, my thinking was we need to be there really at the line at like 6:45 at the latest. Now this year they had the VIP folks able to get into the entrance, start scanning tickets and checking IDs at 6:30. So of course they want to sell like a higher price ticket. So instead of having to wait until 7 in order to get checked in, the people who bought VIP were able to go at 6:30, which is fine. Now, we weren't the first people in the general admissions line, which means that we were punished by having to wait. We did not reach the entrance itself until 7:45. Now, keep in mind that the event ends at 10 p.m. and not 1 second later. So even though we walk through the gates at 7:45, it's not like they're going to make the event longer to end at 10:45 to accommodate the 45 minutes we lost just by having to wait, because there were a lot of people in front of us. So once we got through the gates, in my mind, I only have 2 hours, 15 minutes in order to make something happen. So they scanned the ticket on my phone. Once my ticket was accepted, I was given a nice, pretty pink wristband that they tightened around my arm, and then they allowed me through the iron black gate. Now in my mind, I'm running out of time, and the sand in the hourglass is moving with a quickness. I was wearing a suit, basically in the middle of downtown Charleston at the beginning of May. However, I was still feeling light. And when I mean light, basically, well, why did I feel light? Basically because general admission tickets does not give you a name tag at the minimum. So basically, all they give you is a wristband. Now, for the VIP folks, you get a name tag and ribbons that go along the tag. And again, this isn't me complaining about VIP versus general admission. That's not it. They're supposed to sell VIP tickets and as much tickets as possible. Of course, they're supposed to make money at the event. We're just talking about power dynamics and what happens when you take one route versus another. Now, why are plastic name tags and colored ribbons so important? It's not the material or the plastic name tags and the colored ribbons. It's not that they have intrinsic value themselves. It's that these two things indicate status. And what is status? Google defines status as the relative social, professional, or other standing of someone or something. Being nameless says to folks that I am not important, that I am just a commoner. Now, why is status important? Whether we want to admit it or not, we as humans are social creatures. We have to compete for position, resources, and mates. We are compared to other human beings by social status. There are other things that determine a human's worth, but that's going to be pretty much subject for a different video. Right now, we've got work to delve into. Now, when talking to someone, the name tag says to the person in front of me, like when I'm at this event, for example, that Oh, well, this guy is important. You should go home with him. You should listen to him. You should do business with him. That's really before I even open my mouth. The status kind of gives me like a leg up. Now, the second main punishment came with queuing in line in order to get liquor drinks. Um, and the punishment came in the form of time lost. So there were four bartenders and what seemed like what were hundreds of people online waiting to like double fist. So basically, double fisting means that you have a drink in one hand, you have a drink in your other hand, and you're pretty much trying to play catch up in order to drink and then go and make things happen. And so by the time that I had gotten my drinks and ate, there was only an hour to hit the dance floor. And then we come to the last part of the video. Um, Basically, yeah, the Charleston Affair is prom for adults, but really what the underlying thing is that we are doing sales. We are selling ourselves. We are selling a product. We are selling future business. Now, when you go there, what route you choose to go, or if you choose to do all the routes, is on you, but they provide the opportunity for you to do that. And when it comes to sales, sales is a contact sport. So the person you don't speak to is not the person you don't speak to is not going to do business with you. The girl you don't talk to is not going to go home with you. So if I'm going to maximize my close rate, then I have to eliminate as much wasted time as possible. So looking forward a year from now in 2026, I'm going to have to go out of my way to make sure that I pay more money in order to maximize efficiency. So, which means that I can't waste time waiting in lines in order to either go through the gates or grab a drink because each time wasted is an opportunity cost. So, the time I spend waiting is the time I could be talking to people, either hey, let's go grab a dance, let's talk to get know each other, let's go do business. um, so we have to weigh those costs.